Introduction to Pokémon, hatching the End Dragon at the beginning. Hunting with Pokémon in the monster hunting world. Raise ancient dragons in Pokémon world. Why should your next Pokémon be a Pokémon? Look, there's someone over there carrying a Tai Dao hunting for Gulado. Mie Mie Zi, let them see our bonds and eliminate the dragon mega evolution. This book is also known as, I Am a Hunter. Is it normal to strike you with a knife? Do you understand what a humanoid ancient dragon is? Target Hunting Arzeus. Tags. 2 Realms Shuttle, Pokémon, Monster Hunter, Humanoid Ancient Dragon. P.S. In the early stages of Monster Hunt World, the main storyline will be the New World, and later on, Monster Hunt Story and Old World storyline will be added. Chapter 1. Hatching of Ancient Dragons. You are listening at novelfull.audio. An egg. A random egg rewarded by the system. A white egg that has been incubated for 30 days without any movement. A pure white egg that holds all of Bai Chen's hopes and possessions. Bai Chen noticed that the little ancestors on the cushion still showed no signs of hatching. He took the trash can and cleaned the dragon jade dust around the cushion. If it weren't for the dragon jade placed around the white egg every day being sucked clean, Bai Chen would think that the system had sent him a dead egg. As he tidied up, Bai Chen muttered to himself, my little ancestor, if you don't come out again, I really have to sell assholes to those hunters. Bai Chen placed a piece of dragon jade that had just been peeled off from the mud fish dragon body on one side of the cushion. Although it was just a dragon jade extracted from the body of the mud fish dragon, the price of 4,000 gold per piece is not something that Bai Chen can afford at will now. He only earns 800 gold for completing a collection task now. Like hunting a thief dragon, the reward for a crown dragon is only 1,000 gold. If you sell all the monster's materials, you can get around 800 gold. It's impossible to support this income with dragon jade every day. Fortunately, this egg's current appetite is not particularly strong, and it takes about 4 to 5 days on average to fully absorb the energy of a dragon jade. Place the new dragon jade around the cushion. Bai Chen sat on the bed, lost in thought. I have been in this world for a month now. In his past life, he was just an ordinary social animal, living a boring life on 2 fronts every day. Every day is an endless amount of unpaid overtime. Coupled with the economic downturn, colleagues are struggling one by one, and if they don't work overtime, they will be fired. Life has always been unsatisfactory. Now, being created by mud trucks, we have entered the world of monster hunting and embarked on a brand new and passionate life full of unknowns. Bai Chen's gaze turned to the status bar in the void. Like other protagonists who have traveled through time, he also has his own golden finger. Through his golden finger, in this world full of monsters, he finally has a little bit of self-protection ability. Name. Bai Chen, race. Human race, attribute. General, level. Level 14, 80/380, features. Adaptability. Slightly enhanced adaptability, weapon. Iron knife. Tai knife, rare. 1. Armor. Hunter set, rarity. 1. Skills. 1. Mushroom specialized sense of smell, rarity. 1. Maturity level, 2500. The special ability of shiitake pigs to smell mushrooms even from 1,000 meters away. 2. Crisis awareness, rarity. 2. Beginner level, 120/200. The special ability of the female crown dragon to be alert to hidden enemies, with a detection range of 50 meters. 3. Chi blade flow breathing. Basic, rarity. 3. Beginner level, 180/300. The foundation of Tai Dao Hunter, which is the foundation for using Tai Dao moves. 4. Body enhancement, rarity. 3. Beginner level, 113/300. In a world dominated by monsters, weaker groups have been completely eliminated. As a normal person, it is impossible for Bai Chen to have the abilities of mushroom-specific smell and crisis awareness. Both of these skills come from his golden finger. He can replicate the skills of enemies and then replace the skills of himself or the target object. It can be said that it is a very powerful golden finger, but this golden finger also has conditions and limitations when activated. To obtain skills, one must defeat or conquer the target in order to replicate the skills on the target. 2. The skills assigned do not inherit proficiency. If new abilities are obtained, proficiency will be practiced again from the entry level. The only special situation is that if it is a skill of the same lineage, two skills undergo fusion evolution, and the new skill will inherit the proficiency of the old skill. 3. The gift of skills must conform to the characteristics of the target, just like you cannot give Gulado flying skills. He can't learn, you know. 4. His skill library can only store 5 skills at once, and to obtain the 6th skill, he can only replace the previous 5 skills. Bai Chen opened his skill library. Inside, there are 3 skills stored. Paralysis Needle, Rarity 2, Strong Digestion, Rarity 2, and Hard Shell, Rarity 2. These 3 skills come from the giant bee, the thief dragon, and the crustacean herbivorous dragon. The paralyzing needle and hard shell skills are both good, but unfortunately, Bai Chen cannot learn these 2 skills at all. His gaze once again turned to the pure white monster egg. As long as the little ancestor hatches and has the skills that suit me, I can obtain his skills. At that time, my strength will definitely improve by a large margin, so that I can participate in hunting large monsters missions and completely get rid of the identity of a low-level hunter. The only thing we don't know yet is what monster's egg the system sent. But judging from the amount of dragon jade he absorbed, he is at least a monster of the level of the man-jawed dragon with a rarity of 4. Bai Chen is looking forward to having a follower beast of that level, and his future hunting missions will definitely be smooth sailing. Gently patted the white egg filled with one's own hopes. Bai Chen practiced 2 hours of air blade flow breathing technique in his own room. Until the system sends a prompt sound. Chi blade flow breathing, experience points +10, he finally gave up and said, I have been using this skill for 19 days now. I estimate that after practicing for 11 more days, I should be able to advance from beginner level to proficiency level. Simply wiping the sweat with a towel, Bai Chen fell into bed and fell asleep. He just took on a mushroom digging task today and has to wake up at 5 a.m. to set off for the ancient tree forest. As soon as Bai Chen got into bed, he fell into a deep sleep. In his sleep, Bai Chen faintly heard a faint clicking sound coming from his ear. Then he felt a 1,000-pound boulder pressing on his body, making him gasp for breath. In a coma, he flipped his body and the sense of oppression suddenly disappeared. The next morning, the sunlight woke up Bai Chen. After a brief reaction, Bai Chen jumped up from the bed with a jerk. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net. This sunshine is not at 5 o'clock in the morning. Where's my alarm clock? Bai Chen looked at his bedside. The second-hand alarm clock he bought for 20 gold was smashed to pieces. His brain was still responding, and there was a loud sound of an iron basin hitting the ground in the direction of the kitchen. Is there someone in the kitchen? Bai Chen instinctively looked at the beast egg sent to him by the system. The monster egg that hatched for 30 days has disappeared, even the dragon jade that was just placed yesterday has disappeared. Only a few small pieces of eggshells were left on the cushion. Bai Chen took a deep breath and said, surprisingly, it hatched while I was asleep. Bai Chen didn't have time to put on his clothes, so he ran barefoot towards the kitchen. This is his ancestor that has been incubated for a month, almost causing him to lose everything. Bai Chen ran to the kitchen and was instantly drawn to the black figure on the other side of the freezer. The monster turned its back to itself and its entire head went straight into the freezer. Bai Chen carefully identified it from behind. 4-legged, 2-winged. Only seeing this physical characteristic left Bai Chen shocked in his heart. A four-legged and bipedal monster is a highly ecological powerhouse in the entire monster world. Like roaring dragons, swift dragons, and fire dragons, they are all bipedal and winged. Bai Chen observed carefully again and found at the surface of the black dragon had very dense white thorns. Bai Chen already had an answer in his heart, and he couldn't believe it when he turned on the detection function of the system. Look at the monster race marked by the system. Bai Chen exclaimed in a low voice, "Oh my great-grandmother, I have hatched an extinct dragon. This must be the merit I earned through working overtime in my past life." Chapter 2. The Blood of the Ancient Dragon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Name: Annihilation Dragon, Race: Gulong, Attribute: Fighting, Dragon Rarity: 8, Level: 3, 118/666, Feature: Fearless. When facing powerful enemies, the strength will gradually increase with the duration of the battle. Skills: 1. Blood of the Ancient Dragon, Rarity: 7. Entry. Level, 32,700. The ancient dragons rely on endless and majestic vitality. The specific manifestation is that the ancient dragons have a powerful vitality that other monsters cannot match, commonly known as thick blood. 2. Super Regeneration, Rarity: 8. Entry. Level, 2 out of 800. The specialization ability of the extinct dragon, relying on its powerful repair ability, can hunt down other ancient dragons, becoming a worthy ancient dragon killer. 3. Power Embodiment, Rarity: 7. Beginner Level, 2 out of 700. The enhancement ability of the Destroyer Dragon is comparable to natural disasters, and the most proud aspect of the Destroyer Dragon is its powerful physical body. 4. Regenerated Thorn, Rarity: 7. Beginner Level, 1/700. The characteristic thorn of the Destroyer Dragon, which has the characteristic of stronger damage and even comparable hardness to diamonds at its peak. Hear Bai Chen's low cry. The little guy searching for food was startled. She turned her head, revealing the pair of huge, hazy corners. She took 2 steps back and instinctively grinned at Bai Chen, emitting low growls of threat in her throat. Bai Chen was also taken aback. His current strength is not a problem against some small thief dragons, but it is not enough to deal with the ancient dragon, even if it has just been born. Just as Bai Chen was searching for his Tai Dao, Mie Zi seemed to recognize Bai Chen. She looked at Bai Chen with joy and then pounced directly at him, throwing him to the ground. Don't be fooled by the fact that this extinct dragon has just been born, her body is already the size of a medium-sized dog. The tongue with a fishy smell kept licking Bai Chen's face. Feeling the intimacy of the annihilating dragon towards him, Bai Chen's originally tense emotions also eased a lot. The initial accompanying beast given by the system is unlikely to harm its owner. Bai Chen picked up the extinct dragon and wiped the extremely sticky saliva on his face. It was just one morning, and she actually ate the 20 pounds of frozen fish she just bought yesterday in the freezer. The hunter himself is a big stomach king. Now, if he raises a more appetizing extinction dragon, it seems that his future meal expenses will be indispensable. Holding the big guy weighing 70 pounds, Bai Chen finally remembered his golden finger. Learning skills. There is no limit to the rarity of skill learning, as long as there is adaptability, one can learn it. Bai Chen ran back to his bedroom and found the binding stone given to him by the system at the bedside. The bond stone is an important equipment for the Knights of Monster Hunter and is an important tool for establishing bond connections with their followers. It is also an important medium for Bai Chen to acquire and impart skills. Taking the binding stone, Bai Chen pressed it onto the head of the annihilating dragon. The system page in front of me immediately updated. Obtain the rarity level 7 skill, Blood of the Ancient Dragon, which can be taught to the target. Obtain the rarity 8 skill, Super Regeneration, which can be taught to targets. Obtain the Rarity 7 skill Power Avatar to replace the Rarity 2 skill Strong Digestion, which can be taught to the target. Obtain the Rarity 7 skill Regenerated Thorn, replace the Rarity 2 skill Hard Shell, and have no target to teach. Open the skill library. Bai Chen was surprised to find that he could inherit the blood skill of Gulong. In his original expectation, his best outcome was to inherit the abilities of super regeneration and power incarnation. Without hesitation, Bai Chen immediately injected these 3 skills into his body. Individual, Bai Chen gains a rarity of 7 skill Ancient Dragon Blood. The system prompt has just ended. Bai Chen felt the blood boiling inside his body. The temperature of the whole body is rapidly rising. In my ear, there is a constant sound of prompts. Individual, Bai Chen gains a rarity of 8 skill Super Regeneration. Individual, Bai Chen obtained the rare 7 skill Power Embodiment, and detected that they have the same type of skill, Body Enhancement, causing the skill to change. Individual, Bai Chen obtained the rare 7 skill Titan's Body. Return skill proficiency experience, Titan's Body proficiency plus 113, Bai Chen had no time to check his own abilities. He now feels that his body has collapsed from hunger. He wants to eat. Replenish your body's energy. Bai Chen threw down the extinct dragon and ran into the kitchen, stuffing everything he could eat, even spices, into his mouth. But this still cannot alleviate one's hunger. Helpless, Bai Chen found his backpack and took out 2 bottles of recovery medicine that he had been keeping for his life. This medication is rich in a large amount of nutrients and vital energy that the human body needs. After drinking a bottle, Bai Chen felt that his hunger had slowed down a lot. After drinking the last bottle of recovery medicine, the hunger finally disappeared. I almost died because of my skills. Bai Chen patted the head that was brought up by the concern of the annihilating dragon and even said that he was fine. Bai Chen took the lead in checking his physical appearance. He gained 3 new abilities and his appearance underwent some changes. The first one is his pupils, which have changed from brown to golden. The second one is his body, and the contours of his chest and abdominal muscles can be seen more clearly. The impact of skills will gradually strengthen in the next few days, but currently it seems that there have been no non-human changes in the body. After checking his body, Bai Chen checked his skills again. The descriptions of Super Regency and Ancient Dragon Blood are the same as the skill descriptions of Destroying the Dragon. The only change is the skill called Titan's Body. Titan's Body, Rarity 7. Entry. Level 113/700. The top. Level form of human flesh, named Titan. A very short introduction. Bai Chen walked to the weapon rack and picked up his own Tai Dao. As soon as the iron knife was purchased, Bai Chen noticed the problem. It's really too light. He was like picking up a chopstick, unable to feel the weight of the Tai Dao at all. This iron knife weighs a whopping 90 pounds. Previously, it could only be swung with both hands, but now I can't even feel the weight when holding it with one hand. Is this the power of the Titan's body? I tried waving my sword and felt the weight. Bai Chen looked at his arm again. The skill increase of Rarity 7 is so powerful, how strong will the Super Regeneration of Rarity 8 be? With this in mind, Bai Chen took out a kitchen knife for cooking. Gently stroke your arm. Unexpectedly, the kitchen knife only left a faint mark on Bai Chen's skin, not even a scratch. Bai Chen put in a little more effort. The result is still the same, the skin is not scratched. Is the enhancement of this Titan's body so significant? Bai Chen imitated the usual way of cutting meat, holding a kitchen knife and pulling on his arm. After scratching for a while, there are still no wounds. This feeling is like rubbing the back of a knife against your arm. Bai Chen didn't believe in evil and brought an iron knife. The iron knife is a weapon specifically designed for hunting monsters, and the materials used are several times better than the ordinary steel of a kitchen knife. With a little effort, Bai Chen finally cut through his skin. He observed his wound. The blood droplets had just oozed out a little, and the wound had already been completely repaired. Bai Chen pondered for a moment, then he slashed his arm hard again, the wound deep enough to require stitches. He observed his wound again. The granulation at the wound is wriggling rapidly. Bai Chen immediately stopped the bleeding. In about 2 minutes, his wound had completely healed. At this point, the system also heard a prompt sound. Super Regeneration, Experience +1. Chapter 3. Mushroom Hunter. You are listening at novelfull.audio. See the system prompt for Experience +1. Bai Chen had a toothache. Isn't this forcing me to get hurt more? Unlike level experience, the experience value of a skill is to exercise the skill in order to gain proficiency. After testing his Titan body skills, Bai Chen picked up the blood he had just collected. In his originally bright red blood, a thin layer of layering can be clearly seen. This phenomenon is wonderful. The two types of blood are completely incompatible, just like a mixture of oil and water. The golden blood is probably the blood of the ancient dragon. If one day all my blood turns golden, what will happen? This question is clearly unanswered at the moment. Bai Chen stood up and instructed Mie Jiolong not to make any noise and never to leave home, no matter what. It seems that due to the binding stone, the annihilating dragon understood Bai Chen's words. Her golden eyes blinked and blinked, indicating that she knew. After the explanation was made, Bai Chen dressed up and walked out of the house. A clamorous voice came. In the distance, a heavily armed hunter hurried in his footsteps. This is the Star Stronghold of the New World. It is a stronghold established by the Hunter Guild to investigate the phenomenon of Gulado. The Hunter Guild has sent 5 investigation teams from front to back. Bai Chen is a member of the 5th group and has been ordered to investigate the New World. Passing by some hunters they knew, they would all greet Bai Chen and say, "Isn't this a mushroom hunter? You didn't actually set off to the forest this morning to find mushrooms." The hunter's teasing is well-intentioned. After entering this world, Bai Chen searched for mushrooms every day. He was either searching for mushrooms or on his way to find mushrooms, and naturally gained the title of Mushroom Hunter. However, this is also a recognition of Bai Chen's ability. Looking around the entire investigation base, even for an old hunter who is extremely familiar with the forest, no one can match Bai Chen in finding mushrooms. After chatting with the hunter with a smile, Bai Chen took the chain elevator and arrived at the dining area on the 3rd floor. As soon as he arrived here, Bai Chen's gaze passed through the crowd and he quickly found the chief cuisine. The head chef of Xingqian Stronghold is an elu cat with a broken sword and one eye. In the world of monster hunting, the elu cat can be said to be the best companion of hunters. They can not only assist hunters in hunting. It can also help hunters with logistical work. Carrying weapons and equipment, and cooking are their strengths. Bai Chen walked through the crowd and arrived at the bar. The cuisine is long. Bai Chen called out the other person's name. The head chef turned his head to look at Bai Chen and said, "Have you come back? Have you brought the mushrooms?" Bai Chen apologized somewhat awkwardly and said, "Sorry for the long cooking time. I overslept this morning and only woke up now." The cook was a bit surprised, but Bai Chen is considered diligent among all the hunters. He often sees Bai Chen practicing Tai Dao and exercising his body in his spare time. It can be said that Bai Chen works and exercises 24 hours a day, except for sleeping. Such a person would actually oversleep. It's okay, my task is not very urgent either. What do you want to eat? I'll treat you. The head chef generously invited Bai Chen to dinner. Bai Chen often helps him find some rare mushrooms. It's completely possible to invite Bai Chen to have a meal. Bai Chen didn't show any courtesy to the food manager either. He is now empty and almost starving to death. Could you please give me 3 meat combos? The set meal of Monster Hunting World is enough for 7 or 8 people to eat together in their past lives. Here, it's just one person's appetite. The cook said, "Okay, wait a moment. There are also people who eat 3 sets of meals at once, and some hunters still have a large appetite." The head chef quickly prepared 3 sets of meals for Bai Chen. "Eat slowly." As soon as the head chef finished speaking, Bai Chen couldn't wait to take a big bite. As soon as the food was eaten, Bai Chen felt warm all over. Temporary buffs were stacked on Bai Chen's body one by one. Cat food is a major feature of the world of monster hunting, and hunters usually come to eat such a meal before embarking on their expeditions, gaining various buff bonuses. Not all Elu cats can make cat food that makes people stronger. Only a few very rare Ilu cats with this skill are suitable. Bai Qinchan's culinary skills are no longer a matter of a day or two. But unfortunately, he couldn't beat this chef at all. The head chef was a follower of the group leader, Elu Cat, but after a battle weapon was broken, he had the idea of retiring and becoming a chef. Even if he is a retired veteran cadre, the level 56 of the head chef is not something that Bai Chen can provoke now. Bai Chen quickly solved the food in front of him, and then asked the chef for 5 meat combos. The head chef looked at Bai Chen in surprise and said, "Are you going to pack?" "No, no, no, I'll eat here." The cook was stunned for a moment. "I want to eat 5 more after finishing 3. This appetite is really surprising." After confirming again and again that Bai Chen could finish, the food manager made 5 more portions for Bai Chen. In no time, Bai Chen ate these foods clean again. The system page also keeps emitting prompt sounds. Blood of the Ancient Dragon, experience +4, Blood of the Ancient Dragon, experience +7, the chef, could you please give me 10 more dishes? Cooking is a big surprise. Is this appetite comparable to that of a mandible dragon? The cook follows suit. Soon, a curious circle of hunters surrounded Bai Chen. They looked at Bai Chen, who was feasting on her food in surprise. His stomach seemed like a bottomless pit, and there was not enough food to fill it. The people around are gathering more and more. 21st serving. Meow. Those kitchen assistants, Elu Cat, cheered in surprise. "Could you please give me 5 more copies?" The chef has become a bit numb. He has been cooking for so many years and has seen someone eat 10 sets of meals, which is already the limit. At Bai Chen's place, even 21 servings were not enough. The head chef rolled up his sleeves and shouted to the kitchen assistants, "We've done some work. We must find a way to feed this humanoid Tyrannosaurus Rex today." "Yes, meow." The Elu cats shouted excitedly. This meal lasted for a full 3 hours before it ended. The Ilu cats who helped with the kitchen were all tired for 3 hours before they finally fed Bai Chen. 42 servings, meow. Bai Chen patted his stomach and smiled, "Thank you for the hospitality. Could the head chef please help me make 10 portions?" "Can you still eat it?" said the head chef with one eye wide open. "I'm full, I'm ready to pack and take it back." After the cook finished packing the food, Bai Chen put all his belongings on the dining table. These should be enough to pay for the meal. The head chef glared at Bai Chen with dissatisfaction and said, "If I say I'll treat you to dinner, I won't go back on my word just because you've eaten too much. Then let's keep this money with you, the head chef, and deduct it when I come next time." Before the head chef could refuse, Bai Chen left the weapon and bobcat pavilion carrying the packaged food. He's very short of money right now, but money won't be of much use to him in the future. He is preparing to leave the star base next. "I'm afraid I won't come back for years after this departure." Chapter 4. Pokémon World. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Returning home, the dragon that had been waiting for a long time immediately rushed forward. Bai Chen touched the head of the white dragon and handed her the packaged food. Bai Chen packed his luggage on his own. He has decided to take the annihilating dragon away from the star base. Continuing to stay here would definitely be very dangerous. Previously, Bai Chen thought that the strongest white egg given by the system could only hatch monsters at the level of fire dragons. But unexpectedly, the ancient dragon hatched in the end. Starry strongholds have a precedent of taming monsters, as hunters in the New World would tame small flying dragons as a means of transportation. If Bai Chen could prove to the commander that the monster he hatched was harmless and could help humans hunt, so the commander may still agree to let him raise monsters. It is even possible to tilt some resources towards him and help him raise monsters. But the bad thing was that Bai Chen hatched the ancient dragon killer and wiped out all the dragons. The ancient dragon is the pinnacle of all living beings. They have the power to rival natural disasters, some even being incarnations of natural disasters and nature. The establishment of the New World investigation team was to investigate why the ancient dragons migrated from the Old World to the New World. Now Bai Chen has an ancient dragon that hunts and kills ancient dragons. The Hunter Guild cannot allow Bai Chen, a new hunter, to control such a powerful follower beast. They have a high probability of taking the Annihilation dragon away from Bai Chen's side. Taking another 10,000 steps, even if the hunters in the Hunter Guild had no ulterior motives, Bai Chen could not gamble his fate and that of the destroying dragon on the kindness and humanity of others. He had no chance of making mistakes. Pack all your luggage. Bai Chen stuffed the extinct dragon into his backpack and repeatedly explained, from now on, don't make any noise. Carrying an iron knife, Bai Chen took a deep breath and walked towards the door. Just as he pushed open the door, the system has sent a prompt. The countdown ends in 30 days and the teleportation begins before Bai Chen could react. He was fiercely pushed into the time and space tunnel. By the time he finally regained consciousness, he had already sat on a green meadow. Where is this? Bai Chen looked up at the sky. At this moment, a group of little deer took off from the forest. Seeing those Pokémon, Bai Chen was shocked. Have I traveled to the world of Pokémon? Bai Chen opened the system and glanced at the prompt above. Transmission countdown, 29D 23 hours 59 minutes, Bai Chen carried his backpack and walked to the cliff ahead, looking into the distance. His eyes lit up slightly. In the distance is a modern seaside city. That art style and technological level are completely different from the world of monster hunting. Unexpectedly, I have really traveled here. He thought his golden finger was just the most basic skill bestowed upon him. I didn't expect to be able to travel through 2 realms. And the world being teleported is still several times safer than the Pokémon world. In the world of monster hunting, monsters dominate. It is not uncommon for a village to be slaughtered in an instant when encountering powerful monsters. However, in the world of Pokémon, the situation has reversed. In this world, humans dominate, and divine beasts with strength comparable to ancient dragons rarely appear in human cities. Pokémon and humans maintain a very subtle and friendly state. Most importantly, Pokémon World is a natural skill pool. Some powerful abilities can be obtained here. Bai Chen is preparing to climb down the cliff and head to the city. Boom! At this moment, a violent explosion suddenly erupted not far from Bai Chen. Take a look. The explosion was only 2 kilometers away from him. Go and see the situation. Bai Chen jumped several tens of meters and rushed towards the explosion site. With the blessing of the Titan's body, Bai Chen arrived at his destination in just 1 minute. In front of me is a winding mountain road. A luxury car was surrounded by a group of cats and cat bosses. Dark gray skin is a unique appearance characteristic of the Alola region. The explosion just now was the sound of Pokémon fighting. In front of the luxury car, a white-bearded old butler dressed in a tailcoat is directing his flower and bird battles. Just looking at the situation, it doesn't seem optimistic. Bai Chen simply glanced at the cats. The cat leader has a strength of level 24. The cats around also have strength at levels 17 and 18. Although the flower dance bird has a strength of level 28, it is impossible to deal with so many wild Pokémon. Ah! A scream came from inside the car. A meow is preparing to open the car door. Mississippi. James exclaimed in surprise, "Flower dance bird, use the awakening dance." As soon as James gave the order, the meow boss used a high-speed star to attack and hit the dancing bird straight. As the cat was about to open the car door, James rushed towards the sedan. But some people move faster than him. Bai Chen rushed over quickly and grabbed the huge head of the meow with one hand, smashing it fiercely towards the ground. Boom! The terrifying power of the Titan's body directly smashed Meow's head into the cement ground. Experience points plus 22, 1. Bai Chen slowly stood up and looked around at the cats around him. Compared to the thief dragons in the monster hunting world, the Pokémon here have no deterrent power at all. Yu reading www.yuyukeangshu.net. Bai Chen said to James, who was still in shock over there, "Mr. Butler, I'll leave these cats to you. Just focus on dealing with that cat boss." James reacted. "Although I don't know who the other person is, at least it seems that they are here to help them." James called the flower dance bird to focus on dealing with the meow boss. Bai Chen slowly pulled out his big sword. Although his level is only 14, with the ability to eliminate all dragons, it is not difficult to deal with these 17 or 18 level cats. "None of you are allowed to run." Bai Chen adjusted his breathing. Introduction to Tai Dao flow, breathing with Chi blade flow. Bai Chen felt that there was an energy in his body that began to move. His cells gradually became active throughout his body. Find a meow ahead and Bai Chen steps forward. Step by step. At the moment when Bai Chen was about to strike Bakmeng, he twisted his Tai Dao and fiercely smashed it onto the head of the cat with the back of his sword. Experience points plus 18. Just one blow knocked out this poor meow. Be careful behind. The girl inside the car loudly reminded Bai Chen. Bai Chen hit successfully, and the cats around him also rushed forward. The sharp claws, comparable to sharp blades, rushed towards Bai Chen's back. Bai Chen turned around and blocked it with his arm. Those attacks only left faint marks on Bai Chen's arm. Bai Chen grabbed the head of the cat with his back hand and smashed it towards the nearby cat. Experience value plus 19. Experience value plus 16. The girl in the car looked at Bai Chen in shock. Surprisingly, someone directly engaged in hand-to-hand combat with Pokémon. Chapter 5. Juhe pulling knife and Chi blade slash. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Flowers and birds dance, using the dance of awakening. Dorui. A lightning bolt shot out from those two clusters of cotton. This blow became the last straw that overwhelmed Meow Boss. The battle over here is over, and James is ready to rush to aid Bai Chen. But as soon as he turned around, he saw an unforgettable scene in his life. The large Tai Dao, about 3 meters long, was placed in a reclusive position at the waist. The long sword emitted a strange red light. The profound meaning of Chi blade flow. Juhe pulls the blade and Chi blade slash. Bai Chen's body flickered forward, and the sword in his hand took off. The blade dragged the crimson fighting spirit, creating an almost perfect circle. With a growl, red light flickered, and all the cats around Bai Chen were knocked down. Experience value plus 12. Experience value plus 11. Experience value plus 8. With a flick of the blade, Bai Chen handsome withdrew the Tai Dao from its sheath. Bai Chen looked around, and all the cats who were looking at him looked away in fear. The active cats around quickly fled with their companions. Bai Chen patted the cat hair in his hand and said, "Get the work done." James looked around the car in shock. The car is surrounded by deep pits. Those were all caused by the young man in front of me. Is this a humanoid Pokémon? It's just power, it's just so powerful. The car door opened, and the girl inside the car ran up to Bai Chen with a first aid kit in her hand. She said with concern, "Are you okay? I'll wrap it up for you right away." Just now, James may not have noticed the situation here to deal with Meow Boss. But the girls are all watching in their eyes. Those cats didn't leave any hands. Special skills like crazy scratching and biting were all summoned to Bai Chen. As soon as the girl took out the bandage, she froze in place. She found that there were no wounds on Bai Chen's body. The parts that were bitten before have actually been repaired. James quickly walked up to thank Bai Chen for his help. "Thank you for your life-saving kindness, sir. My name is James, and this is our young lady, Lily." Lily, Bai Chen naturally knows each other. One of the female protagonists of Pokémon Sun and Moon, the eldest lady of the Ether Foundation. But a completely wealthy little lady. "My name is Bai Chen, I just came from another region today." The two quickly glanced at Bai Chen's attire. A backpack almost 1 person tall, resembling the armor of ancient people, plus the 3-meter-long big sword. They all believe that they are people from another world. Lillian realized and put away the bandage, placing her hands in front of her, bowing and thanking Bai Chen. "Mr. Bai, I really appreciate your help. If it weren't for your help, I really didn't know what to do." Bai Chen smiled and waved his hand. He picked up his backpack again and said, "It's just a small gesture. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first. I have to find a place to stay." Mr. Bai hasn't found a place to settle yet. Lily's eyes lit up as she was worried about how to repay Bai Chen. "Yes, I just arrived here and now I'm having a headache about this matter. Mr. Bai, come and stay at our house," Lily AI naively invited Bai Chen. "Is that okay?" Bai Chen looked at James. James also nodded with a smile and said, "Since it's the wish of the young lady, there shouldn't be any problem. I'll be more respectful than obedient. I finally met this wealthy woman and happened to save her." How could Bai Chen leave so easily? Bai Chen carried a backpack and followed Lily on board the car. As soon as he sat down, the car suddenly sank towards him. The two were once again shocked by Bai Chen's strangeness. In the car, Lily AI curiously chatted with Bai Chen. "Mr. Bai, where are you from?" "A far, far place, you may not have heard of it." Lily's emotional intelligence is still sufficient, and she heard that Bai Chen did not intend to delve into her hometown. Lily AI didn't ask much. She asked Bai Chen, "Mr. Bai, are you a martial artist? I didn't expect your strength to be so strong that you could fight directly against Pokémon." "I am not a martial artist, but you can also consider me a martial artist. My wish is to one day challenge a divine beast like Gulado alone." Both of them thought that Bai Chen was joking with them. Single-handedly fixed pull duo. That's not something that humans can do, right? Along the way, the two had a brief conversation. Bai Chen also inquired about the current timeline. Lily AI goes to Pokémon school every day now. But she still doesn't know a super real newcomer named Xiaoji. Bai Chen muttered to himself, "This timeline is really early, and I don't know if there will be a chance to see that super real newcomer in the future. Let's see if he really has the body strengthening skill of the super real newcomer." Bai Chen still remembers the scene where Xiaoji once picked up a tree with both hands and threw it out like a javelin. That is definitely not the physical strength that a normal person should have. All the way to Lillian's mansion. Bai Chen looked at this exaggerated mansion, and they even had a small hill as a courtyard. If I eat and drink here for free, can I be considered a landlord? After thinking for a moment, Bai Chen shook his head in his heart. The layout is too small, I can spend them a few dollars on free food and drink. At the thought of this, the last bit of guilt in Bai Chen's heart was completely gone. Yu reading www.uukangshu.net, at least it's a life-saving gesture. Not to mention making a promise with one's own life, it's not too good to eat and drink for free for a month here. The car stopped in front of the grand house. The maid who had been waiting for a long time opened the car door for Bai Chen. Bai Chen got off the car. The maids wanted to take his oversized backpack from Bai Chen's hand. "Sir, let us help you with your backpack." As soon as the maid touched her backpack, there was a threatening low growl inside. A pair of golden vertical pupils stared at her through the gap in the backpack. The maid was startled and took 2 steps back in a row. "Inside, there's a monster inside." Lily looked at Bai Chen's backpack in surprise. She didn't hear any movement in the car just now. Surprisingly, there was a monster in that backpack. Bai Chen put down his backpack and comforted everyone. "Don't be nervous, this is my partner." Bai Chen opened his backpack, and the extinct dragon jumped out of it. She held her head and chest high, displaying the majesty of the ancient dragon. Seeing the annihilation of the dragon, everyone present was shocked. Forest white huge horns, pitch black wings, ferocious face, sharp thorns. These signs made them feel a sense of awe. A Pokémon I've never seen before. Mie Jinlong stepped on Bai Chen's back, grabbed Bai Chen's shoulder with her forelimbs, and rested her chin on Bai Chen's head. She threatened the people around her in a low voice. "Don't scare everyone. This is my partner, named Midang." Bai Chen patted Midang's cheek on his head and said, "Destroy the dragon." Just hearing the name, everyone felt a chill in their hearts. Even a discerning person can tell that this Pokémon is extraordinary. Chapter 6. Sending you a hometown specialty. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Kill all the dragons, kill all the dragons. Lily Amo repeated several times. She looked curiously at Mialong, but she was afraid to come forward because she was afraid of touching Pokémon. Bai Chen turned around and asked James. "Mr. Butler, I wonder if you have any free Pokéball? Can you give me one? My partner's Pokéball is damaged, and I can only put her in my backpack now." "Of course, sir." James took out a red and white Pokémon ball from his pocket and handed it to Bai Chen. Bai Chen did not use it in front of everyone, but collected the Pokémon ball. If he can't use the Pokémon ball to subdue the extinguishing dragon, wouldn't it be awkward? "Mr. Bai, please come with us. We have prepared some simple meals." Bai Chen followed James into the mansion. As soon as he stepped in, James suggested that Bai Chen leave the extinct dragon in the courtyard. Because Lily is afraid of Pokémon's relationship, Pokémon is generally not allowed to enter the house. But soon she was rejected by Lily AI. "It's okay, Mr. Bai is a lifesaver, there's no need to follow this rule like this." Lily AI could see that it was not easy to get along with the Dragon Slayer. If she were to stay away from Bai Chen, no one knew what would happen. Arriving at the restaurant, the maids had already prepared dinner. Just looking at the exquisite plate and small portions of food, Bai Chen burst into a bitter smile. This little food is not enough to fill his teeth now. Bai Chen made a request directly to Lily AI without any courtesy. "I wonder if you have larger portions of food here. Due to my physical condition, I have a slightly larger appetite." "Of course, Mr. Bai, please wait a moment." Lily immediately asked the maids to arrange, and then she looked at Mialong and asked Bai Chen, "Mr. Bai, do you know how Mialong tastes? Do you have a special Pokémon food recipe? Don't be so troublesome, just give him raw meat." As an ancient dragon, the appetite of the extinct dragon is also as great as that of Bai Chen, and its stomach is much stronger than Bai Chen's. Lily naturally followed suit. After a dinner, everyone redefined the phrase, "a bit big," in terms of appetite. Looking at the plates piled up on the dining table, Lily opened her mouth in surprise. This appetite is not even comparable to that of a cabby beast, right? How did this life-saving benefactor stuff so much food into his stomach? "Thank you for the hospitality," Bai Chen wiped his mouth with gratitude. After eating food continuously for a day, his body is rapidly growing and changing. The energy he is currently replenishing is just enough to make up for the expenditure on his physical growth. Bai Chen can clearly feel the increase in his own strength. I feel a bit embarrassed after having such a sumptuous dinner. I'll also give you some local specialties from our hometown. Upon hearing this, Lily quickly refused. Mr. Bai, what are you talking about? It's just dinner, not much. It's okay, this isn't considered a rare thing either. Bai Chen took his backpack and flipped inside, taking out a fist-sized piece of ore. The ore shimmered with a golden radiance, just like gold. This is called Huilong stone, which is an ore with strength and hardness far exceeding that of steel. With this size, it should be able to create a self-defense dagger for you. Huilong stone is a rare ore with a rarity of 4, usually used to make weapons and equipment with a rarity of 5 or higher. This Huilong stone was accidentally found by Bai Chen while picking mushrooms. Such a small piece is impossible to use to make weapons. In addition, with a 10-fold difference between the selling price and the buying price, Bai Chen has not made a move and is prepared to stay by his side until there is a chance in the future to use it again. Lily saw the gold-like ore and thought it was gold. She refused to accept anything. Mr. Bai, please don't make me happy. How can I accept your gift? What can't be accepted? It's not real gold, it just looks like it's not worth much money. Besides, my partner and I have such a big appetite. If you don't accept it, I really don't have the face to stay with you tonight. Bai Chen had already spoken for this reason, and Lily Ai didn't refuse either. She silently decided in her heart that no matter what, she must give a gift back to Bai Chen. I'll thank Mr. Bai first. Lily took the dragon stone with both hands. As soon as Bai Chen released his force, the weight of the Huilong stone hit Lily's hand. She almost fell due to the sudden weight. What is this thing? It's only the size of a fist, but it weighs 20 pounds. Lily quickly handed the pyroxene in her hand to James. James was also shocked when he took it. The density of this ore is at least 3 times that of gold. Gold, which is about the same size as this ore, weighs only about 7 or 8 pounds. Bai Chen stretched lazily and asked, Lily Ai, do you have a place to exercise at home? I want to do some exercise after meals. Yes, I'll take you there. Lily now feels more and more mysterious about Bai Chen. Lily Ai's gym is on the basement floor. All kinds of fitness equipment are available, and due to the maintenance of butlers and maids, their condition is at its peak. Bai Chen arrived at the Dragon Gate and pulled a 50 kilograms counterweight. He found that his current physical strength was too strong. Yu reading www.yuyukeangshu.net. He can handle the 90-pound Tai Dao with one hand, but this weight balance does not have any exercise effect on him. Helpless, Bai Chen found a 1.8 meter long barbell pole and added a total weight of 300 kilograms to both ends. Now Bai Chen felt a bit heavy. This is just right for making a one-handed dumbbell, Bai Chen muttered. He raised it with one hand and attempted to do so with his arms bent. This feels like a beginner getting a 20 kilograms dumbbell for the first time. At the beginning, doing a few exercises can feel very relaxed, but if you do more than 10 directly, it will feel a bit difficult, and if you do 30, you will be too tired to lift. Lily and James, who had been waiting for Bai Chen, no longer knew what to say. How could the weight of those world-class weightlifters in clean and jerk be used as dumbbells by the person in front of them with one hand? This is obviously no longer a humanoid Pokémon, but a humanoid divine beast. To be honest, what the two of them said was not accurate. Because the current Bai Chen is not a humanoid divine beast, but a humanoid ancient dragon. He inherited the 3 great talents of the destroying dragon, and in the true sense, he is no longer a human. Bai Chen said to the two people, I will be exercising here for the rest of this time. You can go and get busy with your work first, don't have to accompany me specially. Lily AI bowed slightly and said, then I won't disturb Mr. Bai. If you need anything, you can contact James. James also nodded and even said he could call him if he needed anything. Bai Chen waved his hand to the two and started exercising on his own. Every minute and second of the 30 days in this world must be fully utilized. Chapter 7. Super Exercise Mode. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Finally, I am the only one left. Bai Chen reviewed the gains from the previous battle. Level 14, 80/380, Level 15, 11/418, Crisis Awareness, Rarity. 2, Proficiency plus 18, Entry. Level, 121/38/200, Chi Blade Flow Breathing. Basic, Rarity. 3, Proficiency plus 20, Entry. Level, 180/200/300, Titan's Body, Rarity. 7, Proficiency plus 2, Entry. Level, 112/114/700, Super Regeneration, Rarity. 8, Proficiency plus 2, Entry. Level, 13/800, the biggest change is still the Dragon Blood skill. Dragon Blood, Rarity. 7, Proficiency plus 142, Beginner Level, for 146/700, Dragon Blood is different from other skills. As long as this skill eats food with abundant vitality, its experience points will increase. Today, I ate and drank all day, and Bai Chen's proficiency in this skill has improved rapidly. Among other skills, there has also been significant progress in crisis awareness and Chi Blade flow breathing techniques. The proficiency bonus brought by a battle is much higher than the effect brought by regular exercise. Take the Chi Blade flow breathing method as an example. After exercising for 2 hours on a regular basis, the proficiency only increases by 10 points. Now a battle has doubled your proficiency. Bai Chen was doing a one-armed dumbbell curl while admiring the sleeping Mie Yen Long over there. As a young cub of the ancient dragon, as long as the extinct dragon eats, sleeps, and sleeps, its strength can become stronger. After only eating with Bai Chen for a day, the level of the destroying dragon is about to break through level 3 and reach level 4. To improve his level, Bai Chen must fight to gain experience points. The growth gap between the two is also easy to understand. The current extinction dragon is in its infancy, and as long as she grows up, her strength will naturally be countless times stronger than it is now. If she becomes stronger, it's equivalent to me becoming stronger. If the strength of the Dragon Destroyer far exceeds that of my master in the future, how can I suppress this ancient dragon? Let's exercise quickly. Bai Chen has developed a series of fitness plans for himself. For example, 1,000 heavy squats, 5,000 single-arm dumbbell rowing, and so on. On the other side, after separating from Bai Chen, Lily AI first carried the Huilong stone that Bai Chen had given her back to her room. James, could you please help me find a display stand? As an old butler, how could James still need Lily's reminder for such a small matter? He took out the display stand that had already been prepared. Lily AI cleared a space on the cabinet in front of her bed and placed the 20-pound Huilong stone on it. She looked around and felt that the display stand was completely different from Huilong's stone. She picked up the shining dragon stone again and said, let's go and customize one. Lily handed the pyroxene to James and asked him to help her find a designer. James needs to be ordered to step down. Lily walked briskly to her desk. She took out her diary and prepared to record everything she saw and heard on that day. By the time she finished writing her diary, it was already 9:30 p.m. The maid happened to come looking for Lily and said that the shower water had been drained. Lily AI responded, and the first thing she did as she walked out of the room was to ask the maid, has Mr. Bai already rested? The maid shook her head helplessly and said, not yet. Mr. Bai is still exercising in the fitness area. It has been almost 3 hours now. Lily nodded and said, let's go to the fitness area first to see Mr. Bai. Lily AI took the maid to go. Just arrived at the fitness area, Lily's face quickly turned crimson. Over there, Bai Chen had already taken off his shirt because his clothes were wet with sweat, revealing his artistic muscles. This is hailed as the most perfect physical form of humanity. Bai Chen noticed Lily AI and said, "Why did you come?" Lilia reacted and covered her eyes with both hands, turning her back and not daring to look at Bai Chen over there. Apologizing incessantly, Mr. Bai, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break in." Bai Chen looked at Lily in a strange way, then at his bare upper body. "Is this strange? I saw a young man walking on the street wearing only big shorts today. This should be your daily attire, Allura." Bai Chen is talking about Cage, Lily's classmate. That person wears his beach shorts all day long. Lily AI should have become accustomed to reading. Lily regained her composure and her face blushed even more. She couldn't figure out why she was so shy for a moment. She turned around and quietly surveyed Bai Chen through her fingertips. But seeing that perfect figure, she didn't have the courage to continue watching. She ran away from the fitness area, leaving only one sentence in the wind. I'll go take a shower first. Mr. Bai, please use the fitness area slowly." The maid who followed her was not as innocent as Lily. She took out her phone and ran to Bai Chen, asking, "Mr. Bai, can I take a photo with you?" "That's fine, you wait, I'll put on my top first." "No. That's good." The maid hugged Bai Chen's arm and took several photos with a click. Bai Chen has a handsome appearance, coupled with his golden, mysterious eyes and perfect figure. It is not an exaggeration to say that he is a national male god. After the maid finished taking the photo, her little hand dishonestly poked Bai Chen's abdominal muscles. Bai Chen shuddered, and in that moment, he saw a look of Tyrannosaurus Rex hunger in the eyes of the maid. Bai Chen smiled awkwardly as he pushed aside the maid's hand and said helplessly, "Could you please help me bring some water?" "Of course. No, I should say I'm very happy." The maid ran to help Bai Chen fetch water. Bai Chen also checked the exercise effect of the 3 hours he had just spent. "I have received sufficient nutrition before, plus 3 hours of exercise. Titan's body has increased proficiency by 20 points. The most important thing is that after exercising for 3 hours, Bai Chen found that his body had no fatigue at all. He was like eating a whole bottle of nitrogen pump, his whole body full of strength. Is this the power of the blood of the ancient dragon? During the exercise process, I found myself seemingly trapped in a bug-level cycle. The principle of muscle exercise is to destroy existing muscle fibers, and then allow the body to self-repair, obtaining muscles with higher density in larger dimensions. And for a normal person, this repair process takes 48 hours. But with the super regeneration of Rarity 8, Bai Chen can complete muscle repair in seconds. In theory, as long as there is enough energy in his body, there is no repair period for the exercise of the Titan's body. Moreover, while improving the proficiency of Titan's body, he can also enhance the proficiency of super regeneration. In addition, with the powerful endurance of Gu Long's blood, Bai Chen completed a super exercise mode. The limit is already 1 or 2 hours of high-intensity exercise per day for others, while Bai Chen can exercise at an ultra-high intensity for 7 or 8 hours, or even longer. Those proficiency levels will also rapidly increase. Set a small goal first, and within 7 days, elevate Titan's body in Chi Blade flow breathing from beginner level to mature level. Chapter 8. New Jobs. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next morning, Lily woke up with dark circles under her eyes. She tossed and turned in bed last night and didn't fall asleep until after 4 p.m. "Miss, breakfast is ready." "Thank you, James." Lily yawned, feeling a bit tired. James asked with concern, "Miss, your condition doesn't look very good. Did you not rest well last night?" Lily nodded without elaborating on the reason. As soon as you close your eyes, you will remember Mr. Bai's perfect figure. This kind of thing is indescribable, right? By the way, where's Mr. Bai? He hasn't woken up yet. This. James had a bitter smile on his face. Lily looked puzzled. James's expression was a bit subtle. Is something wrong with Mr. Bai? Mr. Bai is very good, but I'm worried that something might happen to him. In fact, since last night until now, Mr. Bai has been exercising in the fitness area for 13 hours. Lily. Degree. James nodded confidently and said, I haven't rested for 13 hours. Isn't this too chaotic? Lily AI didn't care about her shyness and quickly walked to the underground fitness area. She walked to the outskirts of the fitness area and heard the whirring sound. Walking in, she and James both froze in place. The two stood still for a few seconds, and then Lily silently left with James. Lily AI is very certain that people who can push 600 kilograms horizontally and still make a whirring sound don't need them to worry at all. After coming out, Lilia instructed James to serve Bai Chen well no matter what. James naturally stated that he would complete the task assigned by Lily well. After breakfast, Lily greeted Bai Chen and set off for school. When Lily AI returns home from school, she met Bai Chen in the restaurant. On the way back, Lily had already learned from James what had happened during her time at school. Unexpectedly, Bai Chen continued to exercise until noon before finishing. After finishing his exercise, Bai Chen had lunch and started practicing swordsmanship outdoors in the afternoon. This person is like Superman, unaware of fatigue. Welcome back, Bai Chen said to Lily. He has now taken a shower and changed into his own hunter suit. Lily noticed Bai Chen's outfit and asked, Mr. Bai, are you going out? I've been bothering you all for a day now, and it's time to leave. I thought it would be better to say goodbye to you in person when you arrive before leaving. Lily AI became unhappy upon hearing this, as she had not yet fully repaid Bai Chen's life-saving kindness. They are already leaving. Where is Mr. Bai going? I don't have a destination yet, but I think I'll find a job first. Looking for a job. Lily AI thought to herself, if I could help Mr. Bai introduce a good job, would it be a way to repay the kindness of saving his life? She asked, I wonder what kind of job Mr. Bai wants to find. Bai Chen hugged his chest with both hands and pondered for a long time before saying, well, to be honest, I don't have any plans. I know a little bit about everything, but I am more confident in my own abilities. If possible, I would like to find a martial arts school to work with as a companion. As long as it can solve the food problem between me and the annihilating dragon, I don't mind doing any work. Accompanying practice. Lily and James exchanged glances. Relying on Bai Chen's strength, isn't it just a mediocre talent to serve as a companion for others? Moreover, there are not many martial arts schools in the Alola region, and those martial artists are more than a star and a half inferior to Bai Chen. Lily AC took the exam for a while, and a crazy idea came to her mind. She nervously clasped her small hands together and cautiously asked Bai Chen, I wonder if Mr. Bai is willing to be my bodyguard. I can ask my mother to offer you a high salary. Bodyguard? Bai Chen asked in reverse. Lily is a bit afraid to look at Bai Chen. Her proposal was also selfish, and she nodded weakly, well, I think all I need to do is ask my mother, and she will definitely agree. Bai Chen was calculating in his heart. His initial plan was to stay here for a month, while exercising, acquiring Pokémon and skills, and then returning to the hunter world to fulfill his wish to become a blue star. But he has observed himself these past few days and found that, due to the demands of the blood of the ancient dragon and the body of the titan, he and the extinct dragon have to eat a lot of food every day. Their daily meal expenses add up to enough for 10 people to eat for a month. Having discovered this, even if Bai Chen had thick skin, he couldn't stay any longer. I just saved someone casually. Eating and drinking recklessly in other people's homes, while also having their butlers and maids serve, is a bit excessive no matter what. But now Lily AI has proposed to let him be a bodyguard here, which has made Bai Chen a little tempted. Bai Chen asked, I don't know what the specific job of a bodyguard is. Just protect me, please. I may need you to pick me up and drop me off from school every day. If I go out on weekends, I need you to accompany me. The more you say it, the quieter Lily's voice becomes. Bai Chen pondered carefully. He doesn't really like to owe others favors, and the conditions offered by Lily are quite favorable. There is even a feeling of taking care of him. Bai Chen said, the job of a bodyguard is fine. Lily looked surprised. But, Bai Chen added, I only receive a salary that is directly proportional to what I pay, and I also hope you can calculate the food expenses for me and Mie Long. Lily finally understood why Chen had to leave. Although Bai Chen's appetite is indeed astonishing, it is equivalent to raising a cabby beast at home. In addition, the extinct dragons are just 2 cabby beasts. This is nothing to my family at all. Since Mr. Bai has agreed, I will contact my mother now. Wait. I have one more condition, Bai Chen called out to Lily. This is my principle, I absolutely do not accept unpaid overtime. Although I have earned a lot of merit in my past life due to unpaid overtime. But in this life, it's better not to cultivate such merits. Lily tilted her head in confusion and said, if you work overtime, you should naturally be paid, right? Is there any boss in this world who doesn't pay for overtime? That's not necessarily true. Lily Ebo testified, don't worry, if you work overtime, I will pay Mr. Bai double your salary. Is that okay? Bai Chen nodded in satisfaction and even said yes. With Bai Chen's consent, Lily happily took the phone and walked out. About 3 or 4 minutes later, Lily was pleasantly surprised and returned to the restaurant. Mother agreed to this matter, but she has a request. What requirements? Mother hopes to personally test Mr. Bai's strength in 7 days. If you can pass her test, she will officially hire you, Mr. Bai. 7 days later, this time is just right. Bai Chen is confident that he will improve the proficiency of the skills Titan's Body and Qi Blade Flow Breathing to the proficiency level within 7 days. Bai Chen said, there's no problem with the test. But during this period, I'm afraid I'll have to stay with you for now. Regarding the money issue, once I complete the test and receive my salary, I will repay it. Chapter 9. Is he a genius? You are listening at novelfull.audio. At night, Bai Chen entered exercise mode again. And this time, Bai Chen did not train alone. He also pulled the Annihilating Dragon. Although sleeping can make one stronger, Bai Chen does not intend to wait for the dragon to slowly become stronger. It is necessary to quickly reach the peak level of the Annihilating Dragon. The two are currently on the Pokémon battlefield at Lily's house. In front of them is a Pokémon training dummy. The material used for the dummy is very hard, and Bai Chen has already cut it with an iron knife. The Tai Dao used to punish the monster only left a scar on it. I will teach you a skill called Annihilation Palm now. Bai Chen bent down and imitated the posture of the extinct dragon. He used his core muscles to stand up high in his upper body, concentrating all his strength on his right hand. Then smash it towards the dummy in front. Boom! Bai Chen used all his strength to smash the dummy in front of him. Bai Chen looked at the strange gaze cast by Mie Yen Long and explained, Mie Yen Palm basically feels like this. You can practice it. Bai Chen will not completely destroy his palm. This is a skill unique to the Annihilation Dragon. In Monster Hunter Tale, the clapping of the destroying dragon has been changed to a skill with objective power. Belonging to the bloodline skill of the destroying dragon, Bai Chen is now thinking about whether he can help the destroying dragon learn this skill as soon as possible. Bai Chen gave Mie Long a look of encouragement and said, give it a try. It's normal to not know how to use it at first. Practice twice more, maybe you'll get it. The annihilating dragon looked at the dummy in front in confusion. She tried to stand up her predecessor as if trying. Pa Da Da, the annihilating dragon slapped the head of the fallen dummy with a palm. I have learned a perfect score in appearance, but my power is a bit hard to describe. Bai Chen patted the head of the extinct dragon and encouraged, that's right, that's it. Next time, try adding your own strength. Mie Jiolong nodded obediently as she looked at her palm, lost in thought. Standing up, Bai Chen pondered in his heart, I'm afraid it will take her a long time to learn this skill, and these 2 days will also allow her to practice more. Watching the annihilating dragon practice on its own, Bai Chen also stepped aside to prepare to practice his chi blade flow breathing. He just picked up an iron knife. Boom! Suddenly, a loud noise came from my ear. Bai Chen looked at the annihilating dragon in shock. Over there, she raised her upper body high and her right palm seemed to have widened in a circle. She once again slammed heavily at the Iron Man's head. Boom! The Iron Man, with only a few scratches left by the iron knife, surprisingly had his head dented by the impact. Mie Jin Long seemed very satisfied with her masterpiece, and she arched her left and right palms simultaneously. In no time, the Iron Man's head was shattered. Bai Chen was shocked and said, what is the situation? He quickly opened the system and checked the attribute panel of the extinguishing dragon. He took a deep breath and couldn't believe it. Surprisingly learned. Annihilation Palm, Rarity 7. Beginner Level, 2 out of 700. Exclusive ability of Annihilation Dragon, which enhances the power of slapping by quickly changing the muscle fibers of one's forefoot. Smashing the Iron Man's head to pieces, he ran to Bai Chen's face with all his might and begged for credit. Bai Chen took the binding stone and directly replicated the skill of Annihilation Palm. Obtain the Rarity 7 skill Annihilation Palm, with no target to teach. Looking at the dim teaching options, Bai Chen exclaimed inwardly that he had died. Isn't it just about changing my muscle fibers? I have already inherited the 3 skills of Kill the Dragon. What if I inherit another one? However, when scolding comes back, if one cannot impart it, they cannot impart it. This cannot be changed at all. Bai Chen touched the head of Midanglong and encouraged, although it's a bit inferior to me, it's done well. Now I'll teach you another skill called Midangbroken. Bai Chen imitated the lateral collision of the lower extinguishing dragon. The thorns of the extinct dragon generally grow on its head, limbs, and both ends of its wings. The essence of this skill is that the annihilating dragon can charge with the thorns on its wings. Relying on immense strength, piercing thorns into the enemy's body and tearing apart their defense. The extinguished dragon looked quietly at Bai Chen. Watching Bai Chen's movements, she tried to imitate them. The first time was to imitate Bai Chen's movements, which were a bit stiff. The second time she did it again, her movements became very smooth. The third time she made a sudden impact, directly flying the training dummy 10 meters away. The fourth time her movements suddenly changed. The thorns on the wings seemed to be under control and stood up slightly. This time she suddenly bumped out, and the dummy was knocked dozens of meters away. Smashed a dent in the distant wall. The most terrifying thing was that the thorns on the wings of the extinct dragon shot out like bullets, piercing into the concrete wall in the distance. Bai Chen walked forward and carefully examined the training dummy. The dummy's iron sheet was punctured by 1 or 2 centimeters, the power can only be described as very strong. Bai Chen glanced at the thorns on the wall again. He looked at the extinct dragon gnawing on his wings over there. A status bar appeared in my eyes, which added a new skill. Annihilation Fragmentation, Rarity 7. Beginner Level, 3 out of 700. Exclusive skill of Annihilation Dragon. UU reading www.uukangshu.net relies on the contraction ability of muscles to emit thorns, which complement regeneration thorns. The stronger the thorns, the stronger this move. Unfortunately, Bai Chen still cannot learn this skill. Isn't this guy a genius? He learned 2 skills in less than half a minute. Mie Yen Long sat in the same spot, his golden eyes eagerly looking at Bai Chen, as if waiting for his praise. Cough cough. Bai Chen coughed lightly and praised, although I only learned it 4 times, it's already very good. I originally wanted to teach you breaking the spine and extinguishing the spine, but as the old saying goes, too much can't chew it. I will teach you this mystery later. You should practice these 2 skills well first. Ah, the Mie Long yawned and his tail swayed slightly behind him. I didn't take it seriously. Are these 2 skills really worth learning? Why don't you teach me that, breaking thorns and extinguishing all spines skill? Seeing the suspicion in the dragon's eye, Bai Chen struck the dragon's head and scolded, don't be too ambitious. Go, now go and train me 1,000 times each of the skills of Annihilation Palm and Annihilation Fragrance. If I can't finish it, I won't be able to sleep. Upon receiving instructions from Bai Chen, Mi Danglong walked aside and squatted beside the dummy. Boredly, she raised her right palm and slammed it down on the dummy's chest. Bai Chen was not idle either. He picked up his iron knife and began training. He just swung his knife more frequently today compared to his previous training, and the amplitude was also greater. Add another 100 groups today, never rest until you finish exercising. A strange sense of victory or defeat suddenly appeared. If one day I am really surpassed by pets, how can I still be the owner? Chapter 10. How domineering and likable. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chi Blade Flow Breathing. Basic, Rarity. 3. Proficiency Improvement, Beginner Level Proficiency Level. In no time, the system sent a new prompt. Titan's Body, Rarity. 7. Proficiency Increased, Entry. Level Proficiency Level. Bai Chen was panting heavily. He was excitedly feeling the changes in his body. He picked up the dumbbell next to him. The dumbbell that had just made him feel exhausted now feels very lightweight. Bai Chen estimated that his proficiency had only increased by a small level, and his strength had doubled. Taking a deep breath, he could clearly feel a surge of fighting spirit within his body. If the entry-level Chi Blade Flow breathing is like the fighting spirit of a dewdrop flowing through the body, the mature Chi Blade Flow breathing is like the fighting spirit of a urine cup sliding inside the body. The magnitude of the increase cannot be described as 1 or 2 points. The strength has improved significantly. Bai Chen looked at the time and found that there was still 1 day left until the onboarding assessment. The training task that was originally planned to be completed within 7 days was already completed in 6 days. The reason why Bai Chen worked so hard was all because he wiped out the dragon. As a true ancient dragon, with just a few daily training sessions, Mie Yen Long's strength has grown by leaps and bounds. It's only 5 days. Her level has been upgraded from level 4 to level 14 now. The proficiency level of the 2 skills, Annihilation Palm and Annihilation Crush, has also been increased to 300. It is estimated that in 5 or 6 days, her proficiency in these 2 skills will advance from entry level to proficiency level. No wonder the ancient dragon is the pinnacle of all creatures, and its growth rate is not comparable to other monsters. However, the growth of the extinct dragon is not just about her outstanding talent. The most important thing is to have a perfect logistic support. During Bai Chen's exercise period, Lily AI often comes to observe the 1.1 dragon training. Lily AI prepared many foods with rich vitality according to the preferences of the extinct dragon. For example, every day, 3 happy eggs will be prepared for the extinction dragon. This thing is a real luxury item. In the world of hunters, the life energy contained in this egg is equivalent to the energy contained in half a mud fish dragon jade. In the world of Pokémon, as Bai Chen knows, the price of a happy egg is equivalent to 1 month's salary of Butler James. And now Lily uses 3 James wages every day to feed Mie Long. It can only be said that she truly deserves to be a rich woman, even the food for feeding dragons is so luxurious. Bai Chen tried to stop Lily AI from burning money like this, but Lily AI refused Bai Chen on the grounds that she would become a bodyguard to protect her safety even if she were to destroy the dragon in the future. Not to mention, Lily's burning feeding, synonymous with the ferocious Mie Long, is really very friendly to Lily. As soon as others get within 10 meters of her range, she will threaten them with bared teeth. But Lily is fine even if she gets 1 or 2 meters close to her. If it weren't for Lily AI's own Pokémon phobia, the relationship would probably be very good now, wouldn't it? Mijin Dragon, this is a dim sum for you. Speak of the devil. Today is the weekend. Lily AI is walking towards us holding a big white egg the size of a basketball. As soon as the delicious food arrived, Mie Yen Long didn't even practice his Mie Yen palm and ran straight towards Lily AI. Swallow the white egg in one gulp and satisfy the dragon's face. In just 5 days, Mie Yen Long has grown from childhood to adulthood. The body size has also increased from the previous size of a medium-sized dog to the current size of a bull, with a 3-fold increase in size. Looking at the extinct dragon, Lily wanted to reach out and touch it. But just as her hand was 30 centimeters away from the extinct dragon, Lily's little hand immediately retracted. Bai Chen saw everything in his eyes and walked over helplessly, saying, "Your spoiling her won't have a good impact on her. Eliminating the dragon is at least the ancient dragon that hunts down the ancient dragon. This type of ancient dragon needs to grow through slaughter and combat. Being spoiled like this will smooth out her sharp claws." Lily felt a bit embarrassed and said, "It's okay, she's growing her body right now, isn't it? It's time for her to need nutrition." Bai Chen silently decided in his heart. When future circumstances permit, you can give Lily a good skill as a reward for her care during this period. Bai Chen shook his head and said, "You came just right. I was just about to find you. Mr. Bai, have you encountered any trouble?" "No trouble, it's just that I'm planning to go out today. Going out for a trip. Then I'll have James prepare the car." Bai Chen quickly pressed Lily AI and said, "No, I'm planning to go to the mountains for some practical training. You don't need to follow me." Bai Chen's skills have now improved to a good level. Even if he goes crazy with training on this day, his skill proficiency will not improve again. The improvement in his actual combat effectiveness is also not significant. The only way to quickly improve one's strength now is to increase their level. Find a high-level enemy and defeat them to gain experience points. Lily AI knows Bai Chen's plan and it's not easy to follow him anymore. But before Bai Chen left, Lily brought him a first aid box the size of a first aid box. It is filled with various rare props. For full recovery drugs, 2 gold spray, and 2 pieces of vitality. Looking at these props, Bai Chen was speechless for a moment. The props inside this box, Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net, are priced equivalent to 2 James' monthly wages. Is this the dominance of wealthy people? I really like it. Looking at Lily's unyielding expression on her face, Bai Chen had no choice but to accept it. The extermination of the dragon, Bai Chen, stayed at home. Unless unexpected, the Pokémon Ball cannot defeat the extinguishing dragon at all. It's a bit too ostentatious to go out with the annihilating dragon now. After bidding farewell to Lily AI, Bai Chen left the small hill of Lily AI's house alone. It is said that this courtyard is still the smallest house in Lily's family. Carrying a terrifying iron knife and a white first aid kit that was completely out of style with him, he walked 4 or 5 kilometers forward and arrived at the fork in the road. Bai Chen began to think about where to upgrade his training target. It is easy to encounter high-level wild Pokémon while drilling into the wild. If encountering trouble, Bai Chen cannot guarantee whether he can safely retreat. At this moment, the roar of motorcycles came from the far end of the road. And the piercing horn sound that can be heard from a long distance. Looking at the end of the road, 3 seemingly young thugs were riding motorcycles towards Bai Chen. The young thug who led the team at the front also looked at Bai Chen. Confirmed the gaze, it's the right person. Bai Chen hasn't spoken yet. The violent young man stopped in front of Bai Chen with his companions. Opening his mouth was a blatant robbery. Hey, your big knife is good. Hand it over to us obediently, otherwise there will be good fruit to eat. Bai Chen smiled. The benefactor has arrived. He put on a combat posture and said, if you want it, use your strength to grab it.